Hi everyone, it's Mistie Bogard from eXp Realty, and I'm here with Susan Greer, and she is the owner-operator of Ladybug Reflexology. And Susan's going to tell us a little bit about her business, and she's going to give me a little treatment as well. So thanks for having me, Susan. I really appreciate it. I'm really excited to learn more about reflexology.
Well, thank you for coming. I always love to share my knowledge of reflexology. I got introduced to it when I was going through chemotherapy, and I used it throughout my cancer treatments and then a subsequent bone marrow transplant that I had. And I had wonderful results. I had no side effects from the drugs. I was back to work full time.
Wow.
2 months ahead of schedule. It was just an amazing experience.
Neat.
So when I retired from my job, I was in the military. When I retired from my job, I took a course in reflexology and discovered that I love giving the treatments as much as I love receiving them. And when I give a treatment, I relax as much as sometimes, well, except for falling asleep for I relax as much as the clients.
That's awesome.
I really love it.
That's really great. So what made you decide to open your business?
People kept telling me, oh, you do this full time, right? And I said, no, I don't. I only do it part time. I only need to do this full time. And there were little signals that kept saying, do this full time, do this full time. And sometimes it's just when you say, well, I'm looking for a sign, and it's just like, unless it smacks you upside the head, we can sometimes ignore the littler ones. And I went, well, okay, let me try and do this full time. And that's how it's developed into my passion for reflexology.
That's really great. And so what drives you every day? What motivates you?
Sometimes coffee, sometimes.
It's definitely what motivates me. I want to be able to set the example that I want my son to be for other people. Great.
So just to get up and make the day brighter for one person, and maybe it's by staying home that I make it brighter. Maybe it's by going out and interacting with them. But like in the treatment, there's so much that people bring to a treatment, and so much that can get released in a treatment. So it's for my day-to-day life, what motivates me day-to-day is to make the world a better place for my son and for other people. What I wish for my son, I wish for others as well. But in the treatment, when I'm in the room with the client, it's to be as present in that moment for the client as possible.
It sounds to me like you have a great deal of passion for this. I can hear the emotion in your voice, and I think that's a really wonderful thing to bring to your clients. That passion for this. It's really wonderful.
I absolutely love it when I'm doing treatments. Sometimes I'll feel surges in energy. Sometimes I'll push on something and I'll feel this and all of a sudden they've got the whole range of motion again. I tried to do that. It was ready to go.
Yeah.
It just needed that little bit of a push.
Yeah. How interesting. That's really neat. So what would your customers say that you love most about your business?
What I love most about my business is getting to know the different people, and my client base. It's a diverse group of people. Some people just come for treatments, but it's what motivates me is to provide the best customer service and help people come back, even if they don't plan on coming back. I'm the first one that they recognize somebody else, and she knows that she's talking about.
Yeah, that's really great. What's a challenge that you faced?
COVID, the pandemic.
Wasn't it ever, eh?
It was very, very hard. What we do, it's therapeutic in nature, but we are still, rather than being classed under health services, we are classed under wellness.
Oh, okay.
So as long as estheticians, hairdressers, the like, as long as they were shut down, we were shut down. So
Right.
the first year of the pandemic, I was shut down 5 months.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
That's so
that
difficult.
Was tough.
Yeah.
It was tough. I almost closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of businesses face the same
It was
challenge. Yeah.
So it's kind of trying to find that balance of
Mm-hmm.
you still want the people to come. You can't afford to give away the treatments,
Yeah.
but you want to do as much as you can. Find ways to make it as affordable for people as you can.
Yeah, for sure. What's something that people wouldn't know about you?
I've been a belly dancer for 5 years.
Oh, that's awesome! That's so great. I took belly dance classes. Aren't they amazing?
They are so much fun. I'm not that good at it. And when I first started, my son made a rather rude comment, but it's funny now. He said he thought I looked like I was Nickel and probably dad. But it's fun. And the group of ladies that I dance with a group downtown.
Yeah.
And the instructor is amazing. And when we do the shows, like it's because it's not just belly dance that she teaches. So when we do the shows in March, it is like the most fun game of dress up and the best sleepover you've ever been to. It's so much fun. The energy is just unbelievable. People that I normally wouldn't be friends with, that I've connected with through dance, and I've become friends with through dance.
Yeah.
And it's just like when we see each other after we haven't been around each other, hugs and how are you doing? And let's do social, let's do this.
I love it.
It's amazing. It's a lot of fun.
Do you suppose there's a spot for one more?
There's always a spot.
It sounds so much fun.
The classes start next week.
Okay, cool.
And then we have 24 weeks of lessons. And then the show is in March. There is also, I don't think there's any more room on it now. There's also a student showcase on the 29th of October. That's going to be at the Sterndale Bennett.
Okay.
Tickets go on sale, I think, the 1st of September.
Cool.
And the student showcase, the students choreograph, costume, light their own piece.
Neat.
And then perform it for the public.
That's amazing. How fun is that?
It's going to be fun, and my son is dancing with me.
Oh, cool. That's really great. So can you tell us about, have you had a highest high in life?
Oh, there have been a lot. There, the one that still just gets my heart racing. I always said I'd do stuff. There's always like, someday I'm going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Someday I'm going to do this. And I had always wanted to go skydiving. I am absolutely petrified of heights. And unsupported heights. And nothing is an unsupported height like a silk sheet string.
Yep.
And that's what you think before you go. But so I took, when I had my bone marrow transplant and I was able to come back to work, and I was able to take a jump course, a recreational jump course.
Uh-huh.
And then we did a jump, and it was an instructor-assisted deployment from 3,000 feet.
Wow!
It was amazing. It was like nothing I've ever experienced before, and like everything I've experienced, and it was all at once.
Amazing.
So it was, that's one. But there's been a few.
Neat.
There's been a few.
That's amazing. How about a lowest low? Most of us have a few of those in our lives.
There's been a few of those. Mine, I had lost a son to cancer when he was 20 months old.
Oh my gosh, 20 months.
20 months old.
Wow.
He had neuroblastoma. He was diagnosed in February on Valentine's Day. And he passed away 7 weeks to the day later.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
He didn't pass until I told him it was okay to let go. And I was holding his hand and he passed very quietly. 2094. In 96, I got diagnosed with cancer after I'd been posted to New Brunswick.
Wow.
I went through my chemo found out I was on my birthday the following year I was going to have a bone marrow transplant. And I ended up having my transplant on what would have been his 5th birthday.
Oh, wow.
So that's that circle just kind of neatly closes because, you know, what is the magic number of cancer survival? It's 5 years.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
That's incredible. I have goosebumps right now.
If there's not a signal saying that I'm going to be okay, then I'm not listening. We're to do regular full treatments, and this is another option that they can do. And I can either do it on the hands or the feet.
Okay.
Because I do, I'm certified to do hand, foot, ear, and face reflexology. I do 2 types of Ayurvedic massage. And so I do foot readings, and it's all kinds of, so it's a variety of services that I can offer.
Neat. That's really good.
So what I've done is I've already checked your feet, and I wash them every time. So I know people don't need to be concerned about washing their feet before they come to see me.
And Gus is the assistant.
Gus is my assistant. So what I would normally do is, if you have this is prepared oil. I used to get this all the time, and then this is made by a fellow out of Calgary.
Okay.
And I buy all my oils and through Nutri Store downtown, and because you can get in amazing stuff there.
Great.
So this has got some mint in it. It's called Muscle Relief.
So do you have a memorable customer experience that you could share with us? I'm sure there must be some interesting ones. Intimate treatments are always...
Well, yeah, I've had some really interesting requests. I was just like, I don't know anybody that does that. So, but I know I had one that was, when I was taking my classes, they would be one of my practicum clients. And Gus. They would be one of my practicum clients, but they like to talk through the whole thing because they didn't want to miss anything.
Okay.
So when I took the ear reflexology course, this person was curiously silent. And I said, are you okay?
Apparently it really worked well.
So what happens with the ears, because they're so close to the brain, and they're richly they've got all those cranial nerves.
Yeah.
You get really relaxed really quick.
That toe is incredibly tender. The
one,
other one, that one. That is
okay.
Quite,
which part is really tender?
I think the knuckle.
Right in here?
Yeah.
Do you have any issues with your inner ear to wear earbuds a lot?
No, almost never.
Do you like to drive with the windows down?
No, don't like that either.
Are you out in the wind a lot? Outside a lot?
This is Lethbridge.
Yeah.
No, actually I'm not.
Okay. So the reflexes that are here, when you look at the foot, if you think of the arch of the foot in here, you're dividing. This represents the right side of your body.
Right.
So this is the right side of your spine, and this goes out.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Your toes represent what's in the head. So this goes from here to this. So here is your neck. The neck reflexes around the base of the big toes.
Okay.
So if you go from there and then you go out, this is like the neck shoulder ridges at the base of the toes here. So everything that's from the neck up is represented in the toes.
Interesting.
Your eyes kind of border these two.
Right.
In one part. Your ear, the inner ear is right here.
Okay.
Your middle ear is right here. And your outer ear is right here.
Well, it's interesting because I do have an ear injury.
Okay.
A very old one. I flew with a cold.
Oh.
And my ear wouldn't clear after the descent.
Okay.
And so I do have an ear injury.
Okay, so that could be scar tissue from that.
Yeah.
I can show you on your hands afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Where you can rub. Where I am here, it's like going here.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. It would be interesting to see. May I just test something?
Yeah. It's uncomfortable, but not
Okay, so this is the
painful.
inner ear. When we get a cold, or you get a cold and you go to stand up, and then you get that really woo,
Yep.
right? If you can't sit down, if you're out, you can stand up right away, and then you don't have a place to sit down. You go down on one knee, get lower to the ground. Then you can do like the Spock thing,
Yep.
and you push. And you just stay down, relax your shoulders as much as you can. Inhale and exhale and keep a steady pressure on it. And the dizziness should pass. This is the inner ear, where the inner ear reflex is. And that kind of helps with your equilibrium.
Right.
And I did this in the middle of the store one time. I went down on my knees. I went like this, and they went, "What are you doing now?" If I don't do this, I'm going to pass out. I went, "Okay." Yeah, like,
Wow.
I'm just going to back off and let you do that. But it led to a conversation.
Yeah.
About what that was for, and they went, "You're really good.
Interesting.
Try that."
Yeah.
And they had really good results with it afterwards.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So you never know where
Yeah.
you're going to have an impact. Yeah. That is great. Great. There's a lot of.
I don't think I ever broke that toe. How did you end up here in Lethbridge?
I was born and raised in Lethbridge.
Oh, wow.
My family is here. When I retired from the military in 2009, in 2012, two things happened at the same time. My son was going to need access to more services,
Mm-hmm.
and we lived in a small town, and my dad had been diagnosed with Parkinson's.
Oh, no.
So we decided, well, if we're going to move, we might as well move back home. And so we came back.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great. What do you love most about Lethbridge?
I don't know. There's so many things that I took advantage of for so long, and then I was gone for 25 years. I remember when I came back to the area, and the first time I stepped on wild sage when I was out on a walk, got that smell in my nose.
Oh, isn't it wonderful?
Okay, I'm home. Yeah, that's
I
the
love
smell
that.
of home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love that smell.
Yeah.
That's great. What do you like to do besides work?
I taught myself how to knit and crochet. So I love to do positivity projects. I design custom story blankets.
Neat.
So they don't tell once upon a time stories. They tell the story of the person. I've got the one I made for my dad when he passed. I was given it back.
Yes.
So I have two sisters. So I did his in. Are you okay if I stop it every now and then?
Yep, you do
Okay.
what you got to do.
So what I did is I talk with my hand. I have two sisters. So the blanket had 3 columns.
Yep,
So one for each of us girls.
yep.
And then there's 5 of us in the family. So there was 5 down for mom, dad, and each of us girls.
Yep.
My dad built houses
Yeah.
here. So I designed a square that had a house in it. And in my sister's column, my older sister, she has 3 children, so there's 1 house for each of her kids. I had 2, so in my column there's 2. And in my little sister, she had 3 kids, so there's 3 houses down her column.
Neat.
The border that I used was one that both my paternal and maternal grandmother used. So our family is represented in that way.
That's amazing.
For some people it might just look like, oh, that's a nice blanket.
But it actually tells a story.
But it tells a story.
That's amazing.
I've made 5. I made 1 for my son.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's wonderful.
That's great. Who from your childhood had the biggest impact on you, and what do you think you learned from them?
About that. There's no one person. There's no one person. It's, I have a really close relationship with my parents. Very, very fortunate. My family taught me, if it's one person, it's my whole family. They taught me, to appreciate my family, and that comes first. You can buy another house, you can buy another car, but you can't buy another family.
That is so true.
And being in the military and being in dance has also let me know that family isn't just.
It isn't just the people that you're born into.
That you're related to. Gus, you can stay. You can stay.
Come on, Bubby.
But it's not just one thing. So yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yes, he likes to let everybody know that nobody ever pays attention to him here.
Oh, it's a crushing crisis, isn't it? Oh dear me.
Is this 10-year-old?
Uncomfortable.
Here? Okay, so where there's
which is interesting because it normally would hurt. Yeah.
Where there's, one thing I'm doing is instead of doing it with my fingers, I'm doing it with here. So it's more like a lobster.
Yes.
More like a lobster grab.
Yes.
Like this. So it's an even.
Yeah.
Whereas if with this, it would be very directed.
Yes.
So it's more of a squeeze.
Yeah.
Like this.
It's actually quite lovely, to be honest.
But where there's in the calf muscle, you just relax. In the calf muscle, there's where the two muscles kind of go across. Right there is a marma point for release.
Okay, what is a marma point?
It's part of it's more Ayurvedic. It's not something that I really got into in detail, but it's something that I use. Marma points are just kind of release points, sort of like meridian or certain pressure points.
Sure.
They would use more acupressure or that kind of.
Neat.
But this is the main release point on your feet or in your legs, and if you rub this way, like with your elbow in little, if you rub like this, and it makes the movement slower.
Marvelous.
And then it kind of helps to kind of relax the muscles a little bit. Kind of reduces your sensitivity a little bit. And then you do the other way. So you do about, I usually try and do 7 each way. Good energy flows clockwise.
Okay, interesting.
So you get the good energy flowing, you get it flowing really nice. And then you're going to take, when you go to reverse it, you're going to take that negative energy and say, get out. So you're kind of flicking off.
Neat.
To try and help get.
Yeah. That's really cool. That is tender. Quite, actually. Not so much there, but up further.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This bite is a lot tighter up there. So we'll tell you what that relates to.
Interesting. So, if a young person asked you for advice about their life, what would you tell them?
Make the mistakes. Make the mistakes, but learn from them.
Yeah.
Everything that happens to you in your life is going to turn you into you. And if you change one part of that, you'll be, if you take one way, sometimes you might be doing it because you feel you have to change for me. Don't. Don't do that. Make mistakes.
That is awesome. You're the first person who said that to me.
Yeah.
Everybody has great advice. Everybody I've ever talked to has great advice on that question. But the interesting part about it is that a lot of people talk about living your dreams, doing what's right for you. But you're the first person who said, make the mistakes. And I think that's incredible because mistakes are how you learn. It's an opportunity to try again and do something new and different.
Well, it's where I think the mistakes are where real growth has the potential to happen.
Yes, for sure.
Everything, like I'm a single parent. I have been for a very long time. And although certain things when my relationship ended, I could have really done without, and there were a lot of negative that came with it. If I wouldn't have had that, I wouldn't have known how to sit back and evaluate myself better.
Yes.
Listen to myself better.
Yes.
So there was purpose in that. There's
That's
a lot
amazing.
of purpose in that. Yeah.
It's great that you took that opportunity to learn. I know going through my divorce was very similar. I learned an incredible amount of things about myself and what was okay and not okay for me.
Yeah. You know,
That's
something
great.
like I've been single for a long time, but it's just like, okay, I'm open to it, but it just doesn't happen.
It comes.
If it does, it does. And if it doesn't,
I was 10 years before I found Keith, and yeah. You know,
it's all good.
but it was worth it.
So
It was worth it.
I just want to know, how does this look to you?
Very awake, shall we say.
How do you like the heat from the towel?
It's marvelous.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
then the mint, it'll allow the mint in the oil
Mhm.
to kind of absorb deeper
Yeah.
and release those muscles a little better. You always want to make sure, regardless of what kind of oil is used or what kind of lotion or oil is used, when you get a massage of any kind, make sure you drink a lot of extra water.
Oh yes, I'm
Flush
very
your system
careful
out.
about that. Yes.
If your stomach kind of gets a little upset because your foot was kind of going doink,
Yeah.
it jerked a little bit. Be really conscious of it. If sometimes your stomach gets upset because even from these treatments, people can still release a lot.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah.
But if they don't drink enough water, they aren't eliminating it, and it becomes a stomach.
Yes.
So try drinking water first and see if that helps. Good stuff, moving.
Perfect. Such a good boy. Yeah, you. So when your life is over,
Mhm.
how would you like to be remembered?
Well, you can't remember, people can't remember like Aunt Susan. They all like always honored to know her. Then I hope people can go, oh, Aunt Susan. You're gonna get that anyways, right? So,
Is that sort of like along the lines of living your life in such a way that when your feet hit the floor in the morning and the devil says, "Oh crap, she's awake."
I don't know. I kind of hit a pinnacle. My son never saw me in any of my remembrance sacreds. Those crowds were just too much.
Oh, too much for him.
And I
Of
was
course
a
they
banker,
were.
so first I couldn't be with him. I was on parade.
Yes.
So my last parade in the military was, we had moved to a small town, and there's 4 people continuing going to that parade, and I got to be one of them. So my son could see me and he could approach me afterwards, after the parade was done. And as we're walking, I hear, because my son has kind of a foghorn leghorn voice. You can hear that voice anywhere. He comes by it naturally. But he said, all I hear is this, do you see that woman there? That one right there. Yeah, her. That's my mom. I am so damn proud of that woman.
Aww.
And I went, okay.
That's my boy.
That's my boy.
I love it.
Also the one that when he got mad at me once, it's also the same kid that to get back at me when he got mad at me one time, he gave me some ballerina tea, which is diuretic tea. It's ebb and flow. It's all about balance. Yeah.
I love it. That's great.
I don't. It's. How do I want to be remembered? I don't know, because I don't know how people perceive me. And it's just, remember me how you perceive me, and if it's in a positive way, if I've impacted you in a positive way, okay. And if I haven't impacted you in a positive way, well then, hopefully you can, take whatever you learned from me and turn it into a positive for yourself.
That's a great way to look at it.
Yeah.
I like it. Is there anything interesting or exciting going on in your business that customers should know about?
Well, I like to give back. I offer students, seniors, and veterans $10 off the price of each session.
Great.
Each individual session. The mini sessions, I don't offer a discount on those. And the veterans also extends to first responders, nurses,
Right.
police, firefighters. It's not just for military veterans.
Right. That's great. Wonderful. And what's the best way for people to get a hold of you?
Probably through my Facebook page, Ladybug Reflexology.
Okay.
It's got my phone number on there. I also have an email address, ladybugreflexology.com.
I saw that.
Gmail.com for me. Yeah. So,
Perfect.
yeah. But that's all through. You can find all that information on my Facebook page.
Perfect. That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Susan. I've really enjoyed chatting with you and getting the most wonderful foot massage ever.
Now just lay back and relax and go to sleep.
It could happen. Thanks so much.
Thank you.